Please give a big round of applause for half of the Walsh brothers, Chris Walsh!
How are you guys? Good crowd out there, a lot of people. Nice, very nice. Are you laughing? I like that. I was informed, I know this is Top Story Weekly, and I'm supposed to be doing topical humor. I don't own a TV. And the extent of my internet surfing is Miami Vice right now on Hulu. So I just, every once in a while, I'll just tell you how great Miami Vice is. If we could just make that pact together, I'd be, you would really be making my Christmas season. What is it, this guy? You know, driving is obviously big out here, and I really enjoy driving. One of the things I like to do when I drive, one of the reasons why I really like to drive, and I think I piss a lot of people off behind me, is let people go. Mainly because I like this motion right here. I like to do that while I'm driving. I like to, but I usually do like a big flourish. I go. As if I'm presenting the rest of their lives to them. Go and bear fruit. Which I say, but they can't hear because there's 2 panes of glass. Metal between us. And usually people don't go because they're like, look at that fruitcake. What's gonna happen if I pull in front of this guy? Fun will happen, I can guarantee it. I had a moment where I was letting a woman on the sidewalk go, and I stopped and I wanted to watch her reaction where I was like, and she did one of these, she just did a, no, you go. She gave me a you go, and I was like, you are not winning this fight. Go. And then I started doing walking across my dashboard. It was on Melrose. It was just this huge crosswalk, which I was gonna wait for. And then finally she gave in. I will go. And she started to go, and that's when I drove over her. And that's how I met your mother. I have other fun games I like to play when I drive. I hit my blinker sometimes. I fake left and then go right. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I also, at red lights and stop signs, I like to bump the person in front of me. I give them a nice little tap, just enough to make their head go. I call it the love tap because people love it. They always want to get out of their car and give me a hug. They get out and they go. I get out to hug them and they boot me in the nuts. I gotta stop. I gotta learn that lesson. I was at a stop sign once. Oh, by the way, the 5th episode of Miami Vice. Really, I can't say enough about it. They're on a boat. It's great. So I was at a stop sign once, and there was a woman. We were both at a stop sign, and a guy went out and around me, cut me off in a Beamer, of course. Cut out in front of me and in front of her, and we were just both sort of stunned, and I was sort of smiling, and she looked at me very angrily, just very pissed off, just angry. And I looked at her and I agreed, and through my window I looked at her and I was like, yeah, what a jerk. And then she looked at me as though my yes was agreeing with that guy or something. And she got even angrier. Like, what the fuck are you yesing? She gets angry, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get out of it. So I just gave myself the finger. Double-barreled, I did, trailer trash park style. Oh, man, sorry I'm looking at notes. It's a little rusty here, but what was I gonna say? Shit. I want to tell you guys this. I fight dogs now. I never used to fight dogs. Now I fight them. I was jogging not too long ago, and a guy, as I was running, I was by Larchmont, and I'm running, and there's a little tiny Doberman Pinscher. It was this big. It was tiny. It was just, they're still pretty scary looking, but they're really tiny and small, enough where you can carry them around. And so as I was running by him, he was kind of jumped at me, and I kind of made a fake, oh, scary, like he's gonna do anything to me. And then the guy whose dog it was thought it would be funny to let him go. So I started to run, and I was jogging, and I saw behind me this little dog growling and fucking snapping, a miniature Doberman Pinscher, tiny, and yet coming after me and scary nonetheless. So I jogged and I started to pick up speed because I'm like, this fucking dog is now attacking me. Because this guy thought it would be funny because I made a joke. And as I'm running, I get about a block and I'm flying and the dog is flying behind me. We go a block away. And then I was just like, why am I running from this fucking tiny animal? Why am I running from that thing? Like an alligator knows, like it won't attack something that's bigger than it. You know what I mean? If it just judges and it's like, no. I'll probably lose that one. It's instinctual. And I was like, fuck this. I wheeled on him. I just turned around. I just waited for him. I was like, fucking come on. Right? And he jumped at me. Like he was running. It was great. Little tiny dog runs and jumps at me. And when he jumps, I catch him right here. And he's trying to snap at me, but he can't do anything because he can't get my hands. And we're face to face. And I was like, I got you now. I just started looking at him. And then I was thinking, like, I could have done anything with him. I really could have done. I could have thrown him on top of a building if I wanted to. It would have been really easy just to. The guy wouldn't have caught me, maybe. Descriptions of pictures of a guy who threw a dog on top of a building everywhere. I did, but I'm like, I'm not gonna really hurt a dog, but I squeezed him just a little. Just to show him that I own you. And then I turned him around and I sent him back on his way, and then he came back and bit me. But I fight dogs now. Anyway, thank you. Let me wrap up nicely. So, the pilot, don't underestimate the pilot of Miami Vice either. It's an hour and a half, it's great. You would think that Crockett is more interesting than Tubbs. Not true. Really, he does a Jamaican accent, it's fucking awesome. I just briefly want to say that I love whenever a karate chop is employed in a fight. It's just always surprising, always. And I've seen it more than you would think. I'm not even gonna get into that, but I wanted to. All right, so I'll end on this thing really quickly. My friend got me, I don't know if, is anyone in here, does anyone like the Wu-Tang Clan by any chance? We got some Wu fans, Wu members, shoot your guns in the air. Watch it down there, there are people sitting up there. But my friend got me the new Raekwon album, and it's so good. And it brings me back to when I was in high school, and I was like in love with the Wu. But I want to tell you briefly why I really love the Wu-Tang. It's not just the music, it's that, like, I really like that they brought all their friends along. It's like you getting famous and being like, everyone in this room now has a record deal. Right? So it was like 9 of them, and then there was like 100,000 like killer bees, and just, it was a swarm. It was ridiculous, right? So they carry guns like regular rappers do, but then they carry knives, swords, and sharp metal teeth. So if you get past all the other ordnance, they'll just bite your face off with their killer teeth. And then almost every song, when they first came out, was all about not fucking with the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, you better not fuck with us, man! Don't screw with the Wu! We'll kill you! And I'm like, who's fucking with the Wu-Tang Clan? I personally like to imagine it's a little old white guy in middle America somewhere making crank phone calls in the middle of the night. Hello, Wu-Tang Clan? Yeah, who's this? You're all a bunch of bitches. Or he's playing Ding Dong Ditch at the Wu Men are like, Ding Dong, hee. Oh, who is it? Oh, man, he did it again. Man, we got to get into the studio and cut another album. Just to let them know to stop fucking with us. A flaming bag. All right, you guys have been fantastic. Thanks so much.